nail biting moment. Yeah. Oh my gosh. So, what do you expect most for next 4 years of new presidency in your country?
So he has a lot of work. Biden and Kamala Harris have a lot of work ahead of them.
Definitely,
And-
yeah,
But I
absolutely.
think, but I think they've been preparing this. So like with their advisors, they've been kind of already pre-planning if this were to happen, what to tackle. And I think a lot of it is mending relationships abroad, of course. Rejoining like the Paris Accord that Trump pulled us out of. So I think like, and I feel for him because he has such like, he has to deal with our international relationships. He also has to get COVID under control in
That's
the
the first
US
one, yes.
and the economy too.
Yeah.
And as well as like focus on climate change. And it's just kind of one after the other. And I think for at least the first part of this term, he is going to be fixing a lot of things. And most importantly, trying to unify America because a huge amount of people that voted for Trump. And so he has to start to bridge those parties in a way where America is more united versus segmented. And it's dangerous because there are so many like protests happening now for Trump, like supporters for Trump. And there is this deep-seated like racism has come to light and now we have to deal with it. Joe Biden has to.
So out of America Day was so shocked about so many supporters, so many believers for Trumpism, right? So personally, what do you think about that? Is that much America is divided, polarized that much?
Yeah, I think when he got elected, a lot of people gravitated towards him because he was so different than past presidents. And I think a lot of people liked that style. And he also gave a platform for racism, homophobia, for him to speak out publicly and not have any reparations. Like people saw that as like, oh yeah, I totally identify with that and I can also act on it. And that I think, especially with QAnon, I don't know. Yes, that this is the era we're living in is so bizarre. It's wild. It's wild. It's like a QAnon supporter was elected to the House of Representatives, and
oh my God.
I cannot even like this. What world are we living in? I wake up every morning and I'm like, what new has happened? But that's the problem. He established this base of, and I don't think not everyone is like that. I feel like some people are just so Republican and entrenched in those values. So if they are, of course, are pro-life in regards to abortion, they distrust big government and progressivism, and so here this was able to just kind of ferment for a long time when Donald Trump was there and
all right, that's a huge discussion between you and me.
There's one thing I want to finally say. I think Korea doesn't get the full picture of the media of the US of the story. So especially about Trump, I hear a lot of people say like, oh, we thought he was doing good, or he was like a little bit crazy, but he was getting stuff done. And I want to say like, that is like not the case. It happens. I discovered for
Yeah. When
The
you,
Western audiences,
yeah.
It's President Moon and this is that. So, but I just want to be clear to everybody that it was great. Like the US is definitely has been kind of torn down from this man's just awful 4 years, and we're now having to rebuild that.
Yeah, of course. I mean, personally, I believe the US could be much way better platform regarding media expectation and then their clarity and then their trials.
I think it's hard on especially the Korean English publication site. There's hardly any depth to the storytelling. Like it's almost like I'm just reading a basic AP press release. It's like wire release. It's so straightforward. Information. And I just would be curious to see like how that is. So maybe that's a big other like discussion that we have.
I totally understand. And then some liberal media outlets, they also offer some articles translated in English, but I don't think the opinions matters, not just reporting or just first, second, third reports, whatever. Yeah, you get a point.